that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine. Give me that green light. Give me that Greenlight Maine.
This episode of Greenlight Maine is being brought to you by Vacationland Inn. Your vacation begins at Vacationland Inns.
Good morning. Welcome to Greenlight Maine College Series. I'm your host, Julene Gervais. If you are just tuning in for the first time, this is so much more than a TV show. This is part of the movement to keep great talent in Maine. We are showcasing 10 students with great ideas for launching a business. One of them will open up shop right here in Maine with a prize package totaling $60,000. Let's meet the people who have the tough decision of deciding who will move on to the next round. So let's chat. Here we have Skip Bates from Bangor Savings Bank. What are you looking for in these college students?
Thanks, Julene. It's so exciting to be here for the college edition of Greenlight Maine. These students are so ambitious and talented. I think we should be really proud as a state to have these students starting businesses here in the state. As far as what I'm looking for as a banker from Bangor Savings Bank, just the fact that some of these students have actually gotten to market, I think is amazing. But even if they haven't, what I'm really looking for is the basic blocking and tackling of their business plan. I want to know if they've researched their market, understood the competition, and projected their potential revenue and expenses. Just the basics to see how well they're doing their homework.
Great advice. Next up, we have Tori Penrod Camera.
I'm really looking for that special, unique balance of the passion to tell the brand story combined with the attention to detail needed to actually bring the idea to life.
Perfect. And finally, Liam Sullivan, what are you looking for?
For me, it's about whether or not the business has the ability to create jobs in Maine, but also whether or not Maine plays into the strengths of the innovation that they're trying to manufacture. Perfect
formula. All right, we're going to talk to you guys in just a couple minutes, but first, I would like to introduce the first pitch of the day. We have Kathleen Edwards from Martin Stream Campground and also representing Central Maine Community College. Thanks for being here. Martin Stream Campground is in Turner, Maine, which is an absolutely gorgeous place.
Yes, it's beautiful, and the campground is absolutely stunning. It's in the middle of the woods, so it's a great place to camp.
All right, well, we can't wait to hear more about it, so whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. So I'm Kathleen Edwards. Today I'm here on behalf of Zach Vanier to present to you Martin Stream Campground, which was founded in 1970. So Zach and his father took ownership of Martin Stream Campground in August of 2016. Due to circumstances, his father had to leave that December and left Zach, who was 19 at the time, to run this campground on his own without any experience or knowledge whatsoever on how to run a business. Going into my first time meeting Zach, two things about him really stood out to me. That was his passion and love for the land, the campground, and his customers, but also his ambition to keep everything constantly thriving. He works incredibly hard, and he will continue to work hard to keep this campground continually growing. And if we look at the statistics from last year, which is 2018, the amount of reservations increased by 40% from the previous year. So our mission for Martin Stream is that it is a peaceful, relaxing, clean campground with a great family atmosphere. And upon recently visiting, I learned it was everything that the mission is. This is especially inviting for tourists and families looking for a place to regularly camp. It offers things for families of all ages, including events and activities just about every weekend. The pavilion, which was built last year, is the perfect place for events such as birthday parties, reunions, and we've even had weddings there. And the community fire pit, which was built in 2017, hosts regular community gatherings to bring people together and make memories. And this is what makes Martin Stream unique, all these fun activities and events. And if you look at the many 5-star reviews and ratings on Google, it's clear that others agree. In 2018, which was last year, 12 weekends at Martin Stream were fully booked and there were no sites left available. Zach had to turn people away, and that was in a row. In total, there was a 54% increase in sales between 2017 and 2018. So Zach hopes to use these successes to expand the campground for even more people to enjoy. This would include building new sites for tents, building cabins, even building tree houses for people to sleep in, which he plans on doing. But before he does any of this, the septic system needs to be upgraded. So an upgraded septic system would mean that we can put in 20 to 30 more sites. which is what he plans to do with the $25,000, which allows even more people to come in and enjoy this beautiful campground. It's been an honor to be here on behalf of Zach today. Going into this process, I had no idea how invested I'd become in this campground. But I've learned through Zach's devotion and love that it's more than just a campground. It's a place to feel at home and a place to feel at family for Zach and his customers, and I feel like I'm now part of the Martin Stream family. So if you'd like to join the Martin Stream Campground family, I invite you all to come visit Martin Stream Campground in Turner, Maine, where you'll be staying happy from the moment you arrive until the time you leave. Thank you. And I'd be delighted to answer any questions.
Oh, that was a beautiful pitch. Yeah, all right. All right, Skip.
Well done. What a great pitch. Your enthusiasm and your passion are quite evident, and you were so well prepared. Well done. Can you tell us how you got involved with the campground originally?
Yeah, Zach, he doesn't have vacations because he owns a campground during the summer. So for a year, he's planned to go visit campgrounds in Sri Lanka, and it just happened to fall on this time. So his advisor reached out to my public speaking professor, and they looked through some videos and thought that I'd be a really good fit to come in his place today.
You talked about the revenue increasing 40% year over year. Can you tell me what led to that and what the marketing plan looks like to attract new visitors?
Yes. A lot of it is because he has just constantly put in new things. Ever since 2016, he's been learning new skills, he's been building things, and he's also been building just a great relationship with his customers. People come in and they know him and they have conversations with him, and it brings people back and it makes people come and talk about more. Another thing is social media. He started social media pages. And another thing, to build it, he intends on putting in these new sites. He bought a yurt for this year. He's got tree houses being put in just to make it even more of an attraction to people.
Liam.
So I understand that the goal for the funding is to help replace the septic system. What do you see as like the other ways that could help expand the growth of your business?
So the septic system, which needs to be replaced, will give us the availability to expand. And I think that's really the main growth point right now is just expansion. He has, there were 17 out of 24 weekends completely booked, and the 12 of them were in a row. So he had people that just couldn't stay there. And that will really allow people to come in and there to be room for them. And once there's more, he plans on hiring employees to come help when there's enough room to have them work.
Yep.
So I don't usually ask this question, but what happens if you don't get the money? What's your next backup plan?
So if we don't get the money, he has enough to do a septic system, but he doesn't have enough to do both. So it's more of, it'll take time, it'll take a lot of time, and he will have years where he'll kind of be at a standstill, where he will be making probably the same amounts, not being able to build onto it.
One quick question, Tori.
What makes the campground unique compared to other campgrounds in the area?
Real quick answer.
Yes, I think the events and activities are one of the most unique parts of it. It's got stuff all the time, but also everybody's really family there.
I'm just curious, why is he in Sri Lanka? Is there a place for a campground?
He's backpacking, so he's going through a lot of campgrounds. He loves traveling, and he does it whenever he is able to and available.
All right, great answers, great questions by our judges. We need to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Greenlight Maine after this.
Greenlight Maine would like to thank the Maine Department of Economic and Community Development, the Maine DECD, helping businesses and communities prosper.
At Bangor Savings Bank, we know the value of making genuine connections with our customers, providing a memorable experience with every interaction. We are committed to doing the right thing and working as a partner with the people and communities we serve. With convenient mobile and online banking technology, we offer more ways for you to reach out to us. Because at Bangor Savings Bank, you matter more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Reaching new customers online is hard. You've tried Facebook, Google Ads, email. You even built a website 10 years ago. You're way too busy to focus on digital marketing, and you're not getting results.
At Dream Local Digital, that's what we do. We've helped businesses nationwide grow with online marketing. We're the experts. Let us help you.
I'm Michael Bork, President and CEO of MEMIC, where all of us want Maine to be a great place to start and grow a business. Over 25 years, MEMIC has led a reduction in workplace injuries of 40% in Maine, cutting the cost of workers' comp in half. Workplace safety is our passion because when people are safe, businesses succeed. And when Maine businesses succeed, Maine succeeds.
MEMIC, proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine, growing Maine one dream at a time.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our Sunday morning sponsor conversation is with Leanne Huey from Vacationland Inns. Everybody loves your hotels. Tell us about them.
Well, we have two really fun historic hotels. One is downtown Bangor. It's the Charles Inn Historic Hotel. We also have Vacationland Inns, which is the first hotel-motel built in the United States in 1954. Very dated. If you like the 1950 nostalgia, you will love Vacationland Inn. Relaxing hotel.
So unique, and they're both so beautiful.
Well, thank you.
And you are a serial entrepreneur. You also have your own travel app. Tell us about that.
I do. After being in the business for about 8 years, I started studying all of the people's challenges coming to Maine, and we created a concierge service, which is a travel app they can download on their devices called The Other Maine. And they're able to keep them in Maine. If they need a fishing license, they can get their fishing license right through that app. They need a park pass, they can do that. So it keeps them in Maine and takes Maine home all over the world in the palm of their hand.
So it's like a one-stop shop.
It is.
Great, especially great for our visitors.
Yeah, it's great for other small businesses.
Nice. Okay, advice for our contestants.
Advice to these young entrepreneurs, I tell you this, if with all your accomplishments, great or small, don't give up. Always say you'll try. And if at first you don't succeed, be sure you try and try again.
There's no such thing as failure.
Don't quit.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, thank you so very much for being our sponsor. This has been great. And
appreciate it.
Come back and see us again.
I will. Thank you so much, and good luck to everybody.
Thank you. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to hear from our second contestant. Don't go away. More Greenlight Maine is coming up.
For almost 25 years, Maine Biz has been providing business news, information, and analysis for business owners and C-level executives in Maine. From Fort Kent to Kittery, Maine Biz serves the decision makers of Maine across multiple channels, including its flagship print digital publication, website, events, daily report, real estate insider, and weekly newsletter. Let Maine Biz help your business succeed. Inform, engage, connect.
Sometimes, even when you widen your view of things, it's hard to see everything that's happening behind the scenes. It's our feeling you're not always supposed to. Because when we do our part, the only thing we want you thinking about is doing yours. We're WEX, the people behind the payments, powering the possibilities.
WEX is a proud sponsor of Greenlight Maine.
At Emera Maine, we know customers rely on us to power their homes and businesses. That's why we're continually working to improve reliability of service and meet our customers' changing needs. Emera Maine wants to help local businesses grow and attract new businesses to northern and eastern Maine. We are deeply invested in our communities because these are our communities too. Emera Maine, bringing power to the people of Maine.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our second pitch is with Max Burtis from the University of Maine at Orono, Ferda Farms. And you started this company when you were in high school. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so during the summers, me and my buddies, we dig clams. And that happens during low tide. But during high tide, we were wondering, what do we do? So we heard about oyster farming, and we decided that we'd give it a try and take advantage of the beautiful place where we live and take advantage of the water.
Nice. Well, I saw you pitch in the first round. And if you do anything like that today, you're going to be all set. So go for it.
All right. Hello, I am Max Burtis, co-owner of Ferda Farms, LLC. We're a small oyster farm in Brunswick, Maine, and we are producing some of the best quality, most sought-after oysters in the nation. Our oysters filter the water, clearing out our oceans, and we have a unique team that is dedicated to taking a different approach to innovating along Maine's coast. As clam diggers in the summer, we've seen older and older shellfish fishermen, and we've seen lower and lower shellfish yields. We've also seen a large increase in the demand for quality oysters. But despite the growing number of oyster farms, we've seen that they're not able to meet this demand because of a lack of efficient, systemized processes. So that's where Ferda Farms comes in. We've developed a cost-effective and eco-friendly oyster farm, and we are currently raising 100,000 oysters. We have plans to plant another 250,000 oysters each year for the next 4 years, with hopes of selling over $1 million of oysters by the time they are grown. We're also different from other oyster farms in the state because most of the oysters come from the Damariscotta region. We're located in the New Meadows River, which gives our oysters a distinct, more full-bodied finish. We're also working on developing a robotic arm that will help flip our cages, and an oyster tumbler, washer, and sorter that is solar powered, that will have a low impact on the environment and increase our efficiency of our farm, as well as tumble our oysters and shape them so they're better for market. We've also established relations with wholesalers and raw bars. We know we're going to be able to sell our oysters. In fact, the demand for our oysters far exceeds our ability to sell them. Our team is also outstanding. We have 4 members, 2 engineers at UMaine, my father, who is an oysterman on the Chesapeake under sail, and my buddy Max Friedman, who's in business and aquaculture, a double major, at University of Rhode Island. As an engineer myself, I'm able to take a different approach to aquaculture, and I can see the problems in the industry through a different lens. We're working on pursuing research partnerships with the University of Maine regarding oyster genetics and receiving support from their Business Advisory Council. Lastly, we're trying to incorporate with the local high school to get students out on the farm and give back to the programs that have offered us and fostered our love for working on the water. With the $25,000 from this competition, we hope to expand and grow, develop, and continue our research on our farm, as well as continue our ambitious innovation by diversifying our crop with hard-shell clams and kelp, as well as continuing our ambitious innovation regarding the automation of our farm.
Excellent
Thank you.
job bringing innovation to oyster farming. Let's kick it off with Skip.
This is so exciting. I love the fact that you've been doing this in high school, that you have a family tradition, that you're taking your Maine roots and then working with the university to bring science and business together to create a plan. I have so many questions for you. So on one side, I want to know about the upside. Are you profitable at 100,000 oysters? On the downside, what are the risks and where could this go wrong?
So we have 25 grand in it. That's our boat and equipment. That 100,000 oysters could be anywhere from 80 grand to 100 grand in market.
How many employees will it take for you to get to $1 million in revenue?
We're working on our automation devices, so we wouldn't have to hire that many employees. Maybe a couple part-time high school students.
Okay.
Liam.
Could you tell me what makes your process so transformative? You mentioned the inefficiencies with other kinds of operations, so what makes yours special?
We're taking an engineering approach, which a lot of farms don't have. They handle their oysters in an inefficient manner. We're really working on automating a lot of our systems, touching our oysters less, and still using our systems to deliver a really high quality product, despite not handling them a ton. We're having machines do a lot of the work.
All right, we got time for one last question.
Come back to the risk side. Where could this go wrong?
Winters can be tough. You can see mortality in the winter. There's always a chance of red tide. We're getting insurance to help cover that, and we're also spreading out into different locations to help mitigate some of that risk.
All right, good job. We'll be watching the New Meadows River. Thank you. Great questions by our judges. We need to take a short break, but we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors, so don't go away.
Furniture for Greenlight Maine is provided by Thomas Mosier Furniture, handmade American furniture since 1972.
Forevermark Diamonds. Beautiful, rare, responsibly sourced. Available at all Days Jewelers locations in Maine and New Hampshire.
In 1972, Tom Moser committed his life's work to craft, and 4 decades later employs 70 fine craftsmen and women in our shop in Auburn, Maine. With showrooms and customers from coast to coast and numerous awards and accolades, Tom has firmly established himself as an entrepreneurial tour de force and has proven that a life doing what you love is indeed possible.
This year's winner of Greenlight Maine will win this handmade Thomas Moser beacon box and $100,000.
Reaching new customers online is hard. You've tried Facebook, Google ads, email. You even built a website 10 years ago. You're way too busy to focus on digital marketing, and you're not getting results.
At Dream Local Digital, that's what we do. We've helped businesses nationwide grow with online marketing. We're the experts. Let us help you.
Broadcast facilities are provided by Husson University's NESCOM, the New England School of Communications.
Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Our judges are going to talk this out. So I can't believe Kathleen is 17 years old, right, Tori?
It really blows my mind. I can tell you at 17, I was certainly not that polished. It's really impressive.
She's a natural. So what do you think of Martin Stream Campground?
Yeah, I mean, Kathleen herself, just her enthusiasm and her ability to deliver a tight pitch and really know the uniqueness about the campground and speak about it was excellent. Really, the only place I can knock her in just for the business itself is in the categories of innovation and scalability. I think compared to some other candidates, that will be tough ground for her to make up there.
Absolutely.
I thought Kathleen's presentation was the most polished that we've seen yet. You talked about what are we looking for in these pitches, and you wanted to see the passion. Yeah. She definitely delivered it, which is all the more surprising since she was a stand-in for the actual business owner. I agree with you, scalability is just not there for a campground because it's so based. But in terms of keeping it in Maine, she gets full points there, you
Absolutely.
know? And
she makes up what she loses
definitely.
there, because for our viewers at home, they're judged on 5 categories:
right.
Scalability, feasibility, overall quality, innovation, the ability to stay in Maine, which is so important, right, Liam?
Yeah, and it's pretty straightforward path from here. Once you get that, the systems put in place, they already have a plan for expanding, and the revenues are already up year over year, so it's a matter of just adding more sites, generating more revenue. And some of the other pitches have been more like there's a lot of more steps involved with actually getting to that next stage that they're looking to get to.
She has a really tangible concept, and from a feasibility perspective, they're going to be fine one way or another. That's going to be a successful business.
Absolutely. Okay, let's switch gears. Ferda Farms.
Ferda Farms, what an amazing thing. These guys are like the salt of Maine, right? I mean, what a great concept to bring their family traditions, to combine it with science and everything they're learning at school. It's innovative, it's got scalability, and I think they have a nice patient approach, so it's a good story.
Yeah, speaking of school, I feel like it's a complete new school, old school story. I love that. They have a great, unique team that combines old school and new school together to bring automation and other more innovative aspects of farming. So I love that, and they've also done their homework, and that's what you were looking for too.
Absolutely.
And they've been looking at insurance and ways to carefully scale over time. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the homework, I was trying to get a sense for the costs and the revenue, and they talked about robotics and innovation, and I kind of wanted to see, how well they were going to map out those investments and whether they were going to pay for themselves.
Profit margins have been good.
There's more work to do.
Yeah. All right, Liam, we want to hear from you. Come on.
Yeah, so they obviously know their product. I frankly didn't know that much about oyster farming, so I felt like I got some education out of that, which is great. And they know who their customers are. They know about the technologies that could kind of go into this to make it seem more of an innovative opportunity. Talked about solar, talked about robotic arms. That got me excited.
Nice. Okay, we got time for a good couple sentences for final comments from each. Skip.
Both of these contestants are like 17 and 18 years old. They are just amazing. I'm so excited about our future.
Blown away. How about you, Tori?
Yeah, I think it sends a message that even in high school, it's not too early to start thinking about entrepreneurship.
Perfect. Yeah.
And a key thing was they both felt very confident, and that's part of the sell. It's one of the biggest components to it, and I felt like their presentations were just excellent.
And they're both doing great things for their community. If you think about Turner, and it's beautiful in and of itself, and they're just doing more for that area. And then the same with New Meadows River. It's really not much going on there for oyster farming yet. So everything's on the Damariscotta, as he was saying, and now all eyes are going to be on the New Meadows River.
These are great Maine businesses.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, you guys have been the stellar judges. You guys work so well together. I hope you're having fun.
Absolutely.
This is great.
Okay, so we're going to take, because you do have a very tough job. I mean, it's so hard to pick, isn't it?
Absolutely. It gets harder every time.
Every round, absolutely. Okay, so we need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to find out who today's winner is, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
To find more resources on how to start and grow your business, visit greenlightmaine.com.
We're very proud of the product we make and the way that we make it. The most important features of our original dog vest are in its design. Traditional lenders, they steer away from unproven track records.
In you come. Hold up.
CEI gave us the opportunity to build a track record, show that our future path will be more solid than our past.
Are you an entrepreneur? Do you have a new business or a great new product? Greenlight Maine is now accepting submissions for Season 5. Gain exposure and take the chance to win $100,000 in cash. Visit our website for more information, greenlightmaine.com.
The small community here at Husson, the small class sizes, the friendly people, professors and faculty, Husson's the place to be.
Big hearts here, a lot of passion goes into the school, not only the students but the faculty.
I was gonna come here and play football, but then finding out about all the other stuff that they have, it kind of like opened up my eyes a little bit.
My dad always told me, you always want to go someplace where you're liked, and I feel like Husson brought that to me.
For more information about the presenters and panelists on all the Greenlight Maine shows, visit greenlightmaine.com. Welcome back to Greenlight Maine. Today we heard two stellar pitches from Martin Stream Campground and Ferda Farms. It's always difficult for our judges to make a decision, but today was especially difficult. However, who's it gonna be? Today's winner is Ferda Farms. Congratulations to Max as he moves closer to the $60,000 prize package. Thank you so much for tuning in week after week as we take one step closer to finding out our top 3 finalists. We appreciate all your comments, so continue to visit us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and of course our website at greenlightmaine.com where you can see all of our episodes. Have a fantastic Sunday. Congratulations, nice job. Right. This episode of Greenlight Maine has been brought to you by Vacationland Inn. Your vacation begins at Vacationland Inns. Greenlight Maine would not be possible without the support of all of our corporate sponsors. Thank you.
Greenlight Maine has been a paid-for presentation by the Portland Media Group.